The Morrigan, the mysterious phantom queen of Celtic mythology. Welcome to a mesmerizing journey through one of the most iconic figures in Irish mythology, the Morrigan. Known as the Phantom Queen, she stands as a symbol of war, death, destiny, and transformation. Today, we'll delve into her mysterious origins, her influence on battles and fate, and her timeless role in mythology. To fully understand the Morrigan, we must first immerse ourselves in the world of the ancient Celts. The Celts were a deeply spiritual and warlike people who viewed life as an intricate dance of cycles, creation and destruction, life and death. For them, gods and goddesses weren't distant beings, but intertwined forces shaping their every moment. In this tapestry of belief, no figure looms larger or more enigmatic than the Morrigan. More than just a goddess of war, she is a force of destiny and transformation. Revered and feared in equal measure, her touch shaped the lives and fates of both mortals and gods. The Morrigan's name is evocative, often translated as the Phantom Queen or Great Queen. It immediately conjures an air of authority and mystery. Her origins are rooted in pre-Christian Ireland, where she was worshipped by warriors and tribes seeking both protection and the favor of fate. As a deity closely tied to the environment, the Morrigan was believed to dwell in natural places that embodied her power: rivers, forests, and especially the battlefield. Ancient poets and druids immortalized her in tales passed down through centuries, ensuring her legacy lived on. One of the most fascinating aspects of the Morrigan is her portrayal as a triple goddess. She is not one but three interconnected figures, a trinity of powerful beings who together encapsulate her influence over life and death. Bab, the most fierce, is often associated with battle and prophecy. Appearing as a crow on the battlefield, she foretells impending doom or victory. Macha, on the other hand, is tied to the land's sovereignty. She represents fertility, strength, and cycles of change. Finally, there is Nemain, whose name translates to frenzy. She is chaos personified, inciting warriors to rage and fear during combat. Together, they form a goddess of profound complexity, one who embodies transformation and unpredictability. At her core, the Morrigan is a goddess of dualities. She is both creator and destroyer, guardian and harbinger of doom. Her presence is felt at moments of great upheaval, whether in battle, death, or destiny. What sets the Morrigan apart is her connection to prophecy. Appearing before key historical and mythological events, she shaped outcomes not as a participant but as a force of inevitable change. One of the Morrigan's defining traits is her ability to shapeshift, often taking the form of a crow or raven. In Celtic mythology, these birds are deeply symbolic, representing death, transformation, and the spiritual crossings between worlds. On the battlefield, the sight of a crow flying overhead was seen as a sign of her presence. When the Morrigan entered the fray in animal form, it wasn't just a warning. She was actively taking part, pushing fate toward its conclusion. Her transformations also carried personal significance. At times, she appeared as a maiden or an old woman, embodying the life cycle and natural rhythms of change. Prophecy is one of the Morrigan's most enduring traits. She is not just the goddess of war, but of fate itself, delivering visions of the future, often shrouded in her eerie foresight. Her most famous prophecies are tied to death, foretelling the fall of great warriors or the outcomes of legendary battles. Her ominous foresight wasn't merely a warning, it was an inevitability. To know the Morrigan's prophecy was to stand at the edge of destiny, staring into the inevitable unfolding of fate. The Morrigan's presence looms large in Irish battle sagas, where war was not just a physical struggle but a spiritual test. In these epic tales, she plays a vital role as the arbiter of life and death. While her appearances can be subtle, like a lone crow perched on the battlefield, they always signal significant moments. She commands victory and defeat, often whispering the fates of warriors before the first blow is struck. No figure illustrates the Morrigan's complex nature better than Cuchulain, one of Ireland's most famous mythological heroes. Their intertwined tale is a compelling blend of love, rejection, revenge, and destiny. The Morrigan appeared to Cuchulain, offering her love and support during a key battle. When he rejected her, she retaliated by hindering him in the fight, transforming into animals to disrupt his movements. However, even amid their conflict, she healed him when injured, showing her role as both adversary and protector. Their relationship underscores her unpredictability. She wasn't bound to simple notions of good or evil, but operated on a deeper plane of destiny and transformation. Their relationship underscores her unpredictability. She wasn't bound to simple notions of good or evil, but operated on a deeper plane of destiny and transformation. Their relationship underscores her unpredictability. She wasn't bound to simple notions of good or evil, but operated on a deeper plane of destiny and transformation. Themes of love, wrath, and transformation pulse throughout the Morrigan stories. She is not merely a goddess to be worshipped, but a force to be reckoned with, unpredictable, passionate, and deeply involved in the cycles of life and death. Her wrath is legendary, but so too is her nurturing side. The Morrigan embodies the paradoxes of existence, teaching mortals that destruction is often necessary for rebirth and growth. The Morrigan features prominently in the Ulster cycle, one of Ireland's central mythological texts. Her appearances illuminate her multifaceted nature, deftly weaving between the roles of a helper, an antagonist, and a symbol of destiny. The Morrigan's interventions in these stories reveal her motivations. She doesn't interfere for the sake of mortals, but to uphold the broader cosmic balance. The Morrigan's interventions in these stories reveal her motivations. She doesn't interfere for the sake of mortals, but to uphold the broader cosmic balance. The Morrigan's interventions in these stories reveal her motivations. She doesn't interfere for the sake of mortals, but to uphold the broader cosmic balance. Another of the Morrigan's enduring roles is that of a protector of the land. In myth, sovereignty and territory were deeply tied to divine figures, and the Morrigan embodied this connection. She wasn't just the goddess who observed battles from afar, she was also tied to the fertility and sovereignty of the land itself. This duality highlights her position as both a war deity and a life giver. When the land thrived, it reflected her favor. When it suffered, her wrath was evident. Ancient Celts both feared and revered the Morrigan. Her ability to incite chaos on the battlefield, manifesting as frenzy and confusion among warriors, was unparalleled. But this chaos wasn't senseless. It served a purpose, driving fate toward its predestined outcome. For many, this made her terrifying yet indispensable. She underscored the idea that even in war and destruction, there is an inherent order. As a figure tied to fate and death, the Morrigan is deeply connected to the otherworld, the Celtic concept of the afterlife. She serves as both a guide to the otherworld and a guardian of its secrets, sitting at the threshold between realms. In myth, this makes her a bridge not only between the mortal world and the divine, but also between different states of existence. Death, for the Morrigan, isn't an end, it is transformation. The Morrigan's legacy continues to inspire modern audiences. Authors, filmmakers, and artists see in her a timeless figure, one who speaks to universal themes of power, fate, and change. Her appearances in literature and fantasy often emphasize her fierce independence and commanding presence. In popular culture, she has appeared in novels like The Tyne and games like The Witcher, reflecting her enduring appeal. The Morrigan remains relevant because she embodies timeless truths. Her stories remind us of life's dualities, creation and destruction, love and wrath, victory and loss. She teaches that transformation often requires chaos and that fate marches forward, whether we accept it or not. Even today, her mystique fascinates not just mythology enthusiasts, but anyone drawn to stories of strong, complex figures. What fascinates you most about the Morrigan? Is it her fierce connection to war and fate, her shape-shifting abilities, or her lasting symbolism in mythology? Let us know in the comments below. And as always, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already and give this video a like to show your support. Join us next time as we explore more legendary tales of mythology. The Morrigan story may have ended, but the journey through mythology never does. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next mythological adventure.